and welcome back. Hey, we have yet another raid coming in. Beautiful. Welcome in, friends. Hey, Jerry Queen, thank you for the raid. DJ Alpha Omega, welcome in. Thank you for coming along as well. And Abby Revel, great to see you, Abby. Thank you for coming in. Pleasure to have you all here, my friends. Tell us about your stream, Jerry Queen. What were you doing? How did it go? I'm typing a shout out here with my dumb hand. Let's get that link in chat so those inclined can add you to their follow list. How is the retro category treating you, I wonder? I'm going to click through. I don't recall that I've had the opportunity to check out your page before, so I'm going to do so and give you a follow. About page for Jerry Queen says, hello, welcome in. The stream has no concrete direction, but it can be fun. Right on. What some may call directionless, we affectionately call variety. And that's good times indeed. Frank Drescher, welcome in, Frank. Pleasure to have you here. Anytime you even remotely think about ending raid, oh, we weren't thinking about ending. I just wanted to clip the VOD in half so I didn't have to mess with giant video files later. Clock Tower 2. I can't figure out what the stands for. Clock Tower I'm vaguely familiar with. I know what type of game it is. I've never played one of them. I have one of them. I have Clock Tower 3. I have Clock Tower 2 and 3. I have Clock Tower 2 on the PlayStation 1, so it's probably not the same as the one you were doing. I've never played it, though. Fun but difficult? That's kind of been my whole night. Might be here via Abby. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for the. If I assume correctly that implies a recommendation, then thank you very much, Abby, for pointing some friends in our direction, and we will do our best to be gracious hosts and treat them well. This is the PlayStation 1 playthrough. Right on. I'm glad to hear you're having a good time with it. It's about that time, right? It's spooky games are ramping up. I guess I need to think about getting on the ball with that myself. So we did Super Ghouls and Ghosts earlier tonight. I did a bad job. In Super Ghouls and Ghosts. That's Super Ghouls and Ghosts on the Super Nintendo is my favorite video game, so I play it a lot and I'm pretty decent at it. I had a bad night with it tonight, though. It was rough. I barely scraped through the game. It was a hard time, and so I thought, well, after all that pain and torture, why don't I play something easy like Jump King? And of course, this has been the never-ending parade of brutality that it always is. But I'm having fun. I have achieved a new PB in this game tonight already. So even if the rest goes horribly wrong, the night is a success. So I'm feeling happy. in that regard. But this is a this game is a test of your patience. Usworm, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I appreciate you coming on board with us. So for those who are new here, by the way, my name is Frownie, of course. I stream several nights a week, usually in the very late sort of time slot in the central time zone. I'm overwhelmingly a retro streamer. I will play newer games on the Switch from time to time. Some of the like big Nintendo releases and also sort of retro flavored indie games will draw my attention on the Switch, but overwhelmingly it's stuff somewhere in the Commodore 64 to PlayStation 2 window. NES to N64 being my real sweet spot. I love brutally difficult platformers, and I prioritize an extremely strictly blind playthrough style. So no manuals. I don't read the back of the box. I don't do research. I don't ask for help. So I basically never know what I'm doing. Even the basic controls and mechanics of the game often escape me. And it's a real struggle, but it leads to some kind of magical moments when I do achieve a victory despite my stubborn commitment to maximum ignorance. I also have a taste for very dubious quality games. I love to play plug and plays and shovelware and anything kind of jank, licensed trash games. I like to really sink my teeth into, and I'm not much of a sampler. When we start up a game on the stream, I try my hardest to see it all the way to credits, and if it's really, really terrible, I might even 100% it. This is going badly. This is going badly. I try to keep the stream a very, a very laid-back environment. Most of what you see in here out of me, I try to keep pretty all ages appropriate, so we can have just a chill place, a relaxing place. People can forget about the cares of the world and just enjoy watching me struggle and suffer my way through a whole bunch of really hard games. Don't mind me. I'm just Claire's literal other half. Right on. Well, I'm very happy to have you here as well. Whoa. I imagine most people know what this game is, and if you don't, you've probably already caught on, because it's pretty simple. It's just it's kind of just a rage game. There's one mission. That mission is jump, and to fail is to fall. And there's a lot of it's a very difficult way up, and it's a very easy way down. But there's something about this game. I really like the vibe of this game. I like the aesthetic. I like a good like a lonely game, like what this is. A game that you have a lot of time in the quiet by yourself to reflect on all the errors you've ever made. There's a very interesting quality to games like this. They're kind of like there's like it's like almost like a bittersweet quality to them, but I think it's like a slightly more positive version of whatever that means, at least in my case. But I think of things like this. Dark Souls is a very lonely kind of game. Castlevania 64, Portal. Um, I kind of like the vibe of games like this, where you're kind of on your own in a great big world, and you don't come across, for whatever reason, you don't come across a whole lot of other characters, and when you do, they're not necessarily very trustworthy. I don't know. It might say all kinds of weird things about me, that's what appeals to me, but it is what it is. They've got there's a I don't know, there's a comfortable quality to it, despite what it might sound like. I've been working on this game for a long time, and I'm not very good at it, but I think I've got what it takes. I've got a, I'm not very talented, and I'm not very clever. I'm not naturally skilled at very many games, but I do have one superpower, in that I have a very, very deep well of patience. I have a very high tolerance for frustration, and I think that that has seen me through a lot of gaming struggles. And when I saw this game for the first time, I thought I think I have what it takes. I think I have the superpower that requires, and that remains to be seen. But I'm trying to remain optimistic. Technically, he's been here the whole time. I suppose that's true, right? I can't argue with that. The sprite of him face down flat on the ground is such a mood. That's a few people's favorite part of the game, I think. Do you like retro FPS at all? First-person shooters, right? Let me see. I've played a little bit of Doom 64. That's actually the only Doom game I've ever played. We played, I don't know exactly how long the game is, but I would estimate I've made it about a third of the way through that one. It's been a while since I picked it up. I was having fun with it. I'm pretty bad at it, though. First-person shooters, I don't really have anything against them. I don't gravitate immediately toward them. I've definitely had fun with ones in the past. Perfect Dark is one of my, big nostalgic games from the N64. We've never done it on the stream. But it's a game I have a lot of love for. Never played much GoldenEye. Most people GoldenEye is the one for them, but for me it's Perfect Dark. I really loved that game. So I'm not really against playing them, but I don't pick them up very often. And ones that I did would likely be things on the Nintendo 64. I don't know. It's hard to think what other console I might be drawn to the first-person shooters on. I know that you can find some on a lot of different things, but I don't go more modern than aside from the Switch, I don't feel like I go more modern than the N64 era very often. And when I do, it's usually the 3D game, like the third-person games that seem to call to me more. So far, it's usually pretty bogus games on newer consoles. For whatever reason, all the like the newer game, like the, and by newer I just mean like the GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox generation. I feel like a lot of those that I've picked up have been pretty terrible games. I've not done those consoles very much justice. Abby, thank you for the wheel. We'll give that a spin. Someone you don't know's welcome in someone. Good to see you again. It's been a while. I hope you've been doing well. It's a pleasure to have you with us tonight. Let's go big camera for a moment. And the Wheel of Scorchin contains several spicy or sour foods. Nothing super extreme on it currently. It's got some quite mild options, and it's got some things that pack a punch. But nothing really apocalyptic. I've had that before. But we're in a softer, gentler period of the wheel right now. I'm gonna give it a spin and take a sample of what it chooses for me. Blue is a sour candy of some kind. It is a Warheads candy. All right, that's very manageable. I got a big tub of them over here, and I'll just grab a flavor at random. It is blue raspberry, my favorite. A sour food may not feel appropriate for something called the Wheel of Scorchin, right? It's not the same as spicy, I know that, but it's an abrasive food. It's in the neighborhood. Deep lore. Blue raspberry is favorite sour candy. I love blue raspberry flavored stuff. I love raspberries in general. Raspberry is that's a top tier fruit for me. All right, so let's brace ourselves and enjoy. Oh my. It's not unbearable. It doesn't last that long. That sounded very sarcastic. Did I? I didn't. I don't think I meant to. My apologies. We're past the worst of it. Now I'm rewarded with sweet candy. It has been. I'm very well. How about you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. My wife and I, we got a new puppy last week. That's the big news. That's the big change in my life is we got a puppy, and so my sleep schedule is all kinds of weird now. But it's a good problem to have. It's been a fun adventure to be on. All right, let's get my big head out of the way. I hope we get Perfect Dark on the Switch eventually. If Jank Bond GoldenEye could get a port, then Perfect Dark definitely deserves one. Oh yeah. Fingers crossed, we'll see. I don't know. The whole Nintendo and Microsoft seem to have an alright relationship, so I think it's not entirely out of the question, but we'll have to see. The wheel took pity on you since it's your breakfast right now. It is. Well, it's actually my bedtime right now. Is what it is, but I'm not gonna. I'm not going to. I'm not going to squash the good times. Interrupt the fun we're having with the pain train of Jump King. I can't do that to us. Puppy reveal. Oh, we can't. I don't think we can bring him down right now. I had him on the stream earlier tonight. He's been on. He shows up. He shows up. He's been showing up every now and then, but usually I can have him down at the beginning of the stream. But there is an element of of it being a little bit of a chore to bring him down, and not necessarily the best time to get him worked up at the moment. But I'm sure if you drop by often enough, there are gonna be plenty of opportunities to enjoy having him around for a while. Very simple. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend. I just woke up, so not bad yet. Hopefully that trend continues. Aussie pups. That's the puppy we have. He's an Australian Shepherd. He's about 7-ish weeks old, I think. They didn't tell us exactly when he was born. He was born at the end of July, so he might be around 7, give or take, maybe a little more, weeks old. They said he was born in July, but he's very small. I think he was born toward the end of July. They didn't specify that, but that's my hypothesis. Knowing very little about dogs. They're supposed to sleep the majority of the day anyway, especially during the major growing period. Yeah, and he does. He spends a lot of the day asleep. That's another reason he's in the crate so much too. It's really the only place that he's going to be able to get the sleep that he needs. Because if he were out and about, the cats are. The cats, I suspect, would be very happy to do mischief upon a sleeping dog. Oh. Couldn't believe how quickly my girl grew, Joe Jack says. You have an Australian Shepherd as well. Australian Shepherds everywhere. I've had a lot of people. I have a lot of people come through and tell me that they also have them. It is amazing. They are everywhere. Frownie, if there's ever a PC-only game you really want to play, I might be able to set something up for you where the game would be running on my laptop and streamed over to yours. So your laptop doesn't have to bear the additional stress of running the game. I assume that's what's limiting you currently. Can't promise anything for now, though. Um, that's a very generous offer, Theodoros. I don't exactly know how that would understand how that would work. Um, but I don't think I'd necessarily need to resort to anything so complicated. At someday, you know, I'm not in the market for a new PC or anything, but someday I will eventually replace this laptop with something more capable. Especially, if the justification is that the stream is continuing to roll along and it's a good opportunity to open up more, more options for us. I will revisit that, and I'll probably just I'll probably at some point save up and get a PC of my own, a newer one that's more capable, and that'll be fine. But yeah, currently with the laptop, I don't want to play a game and run the streaming software on the same machine. Partially is because I am a little bit concerned about performance, like you said. Also, I just don't want to tab back and forth between a game and a chat and the OBS dash. Like with the game off the laptop, I've got like just enough space to have all the windows spread out simultaneously, so I can see everything I want to see without really having to click back and forth. And that's very nice. If I get a PC and I plan to play games for the stream, I imagine I'll get something that's fairly capable to run the game and the stream stuff on separate monitors and have like a real space station kind of setup. That's what it would seem like to me. Like with two monitors, I'd feel like I'm gonna feel like a hacker from the 90s. Like I can just bang on the keyboard and make the computer do anything I want it to. Had the puppy and the cats met. They know of each other. They've approached each other a couple times. They've sniffed each other out. They're aware of the existence of one another. The cats, I was actually kind of explaining earlier, the cats went on a hunger strike at first to protest the existence of a new dog in their universe. For the first couple days, they tried to raise their objections by refusing to eat, but they caved, and they're all right. They've come to accept that there's a dog in the house. They're okay with that now. They're neutral toward it. The interaction has been kept to a pretty low minimum, and that's something we're gonna gradually work on. That we haven't really been trying to keep them apart. It's just mostly been a matter of not having the time to work on introducing them. And it's probably good too, because ideally, you want the new pet to bond with you more than to bond with your other pets first, right? Don't want them teaming up against us. They're very popular. Yeah, they do. They seem to be, and I mean, I think for good reason. Mets, welcome back. Fell asleep somewhere during Ghouls and Ghosts. I finally finished it, Mets. It was ugly. It was horrific. Everything about that run. It was embarrassing. I did no good. I did finally beat it, but it was like one of those where it's like, you did it, but at what cost? Jump King has treated me really well tonight. Well, I hit several new PBs. I mean, granted, they were all just a platform away from each other. I'm being very generous to myself. Oh my goodness, that jump is so easy, and I've been doing it the hard way this whole time. Well, I'm never going to struggle with that again. I reached some pretty stunning new heights in this game, but as always happens, I did also erase my progress, so... I'm gonna build a rig one day, Jojack says. I just don't care for it. I grew up with consoles. I like the simplicity of console, and I like not having to mess with settings. Can't be bothered with it. Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. Um, Console, there's a simplicity about having a game box that just you just put the game in. It has one button to turn it on. I don't have to mess with any specs or settings or any of that kind of stuff. There is, on the other hand, a really tempting, like... I'd love to get, like... In a way, I'd love to have, like, an old, like Windows XP computer and play a whole bunch of retro computer games on their bare minimal settings. Like, in the worst way possible. There's a little bit of an urge for it to do a project like that, like, lurking within my heart. I think that could be a delightfully terrible experience. Two monitors would be a must if you're gonna play games on that PC and stream them too. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about. And I'm never gonna have, like, I'm a Luddite, right? I am a withered tech kind of guy. I pick up and use, like, just the old low powered stuff. Like, I'm fine with that. Like, I have like the Game Boy philosophy in me where I'm fine with yesteryear's technology for a lot of things. So I'm never gonna have, like, a perfectly top of the line computer, but something that I can at least do, like the two monitor thing, and play a decent amount of older or indie games on the PC. That could someday be for me. We got a new follower. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful time with us, friend. I appreciate you coming on board. I will preserve your anonymity if you prefer, but I am grateful for you. Oh. Remember when you said if you didn't finish Ghosts and Goblins in like 10 minutes, you might have to skip Jump King because you'd run out of time? Yeah, I remember that, huh? That was funny, wasn't it? It's really... I really, that was... What a... Those days. It's like 4 hours ago. The power of raids. I can't run away. I can't run away when so many fine people come in to join us. I can't just be like, all right, that's it. I'm out. I can't. You know, that would just be rude. I also didn't expect to make progress in Jump King, so that's the being bitten by the progress bug is that's a really good way to keep me going too. 2+ monitors or one really big monitor. There's some nice 49-inch curved monitors these days. Oh. Undershoot, overshoot, undershoot, overshoot. Fall into the abyss. Well, you get Master Spy if I donate the cost of the game. No pressure to play it soon or finish it or anything, of course. Yeah, Streaming Fist. If you want to, if you want to earmark a donation for a purchase, yeah, I appreciate you asking me first. I do prefer that people do that. But if you want to make a donation with that earmark, I will honor it. I'll pick up Master Spy if that's if you want to donate toward it. And if you want to do that, because it sounds like something that I am legitimately interested in picking up, or that I am legitimately interested in giving a try, then I'll try to prioritize it onto the schedule. And I think that'd be the least I could do. I can't promise you a complete playthrough of it, but I'll give it at least like 3 hours or so of an honest try. Sounds like something I probably want to make it all the way through, but I want to be careful about what I promise. I don't want to set false expectations and make you feel cheated or disappointed. Like, I don't know how you want to send that to me. There is like the PayPal option, or if people in the past have sent me have just sent me codes for like gift card codes for the amount. I don't know if you can get them in any amount though. Like I wouldn't want you to have to get something over the amount or anything like that. But just however you prefer. I gotta go, someone says. Well, thank you for being here. It was really good to see you again, and I'm glad to hear that you're well. I hope that continues to remain true, and hopefully we get to see one another again real soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, my friend. One time on another account, I'd started to raid out and then got hit with a 700 viewer raid. Had to at least say hi. Wow. I'll say. A raid like that might I don't want. I don't want to. I don't want to put this out there. I was just say a raid like that might make me do an impromptu 24-hour stream. I don't think that. I don't think that's. I don't think anything like that is likely. But I also don't want. I also dread the day that that happens and someone's like, "Well, you said." I wish I could have stuck around during that. I could only stay 15 minutes. Uh, boosted the average up and got that account to affiliate real fast. I imagine so. 7:45 a.m. for us. I'm dragging Claire to bed, whether she likes it or not. Thanks for the stream. Hey, thank you for being here with us. I appreciate having you here and Claire both. Good night. Good night to both of you. Thank you again for the follow, Usworm and Claire. It's been great enjoying your company. Have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you again real soon. Let me see. It gets very tough. Wouldn't expect anyone to complete it. That was a punishing misjump. I've had so many of them, Mets, that I'm like, I'm somewhat inoculated. I'm building up an immunity to despair. This reminds me of the cube puzzle in the last level of Armored Core. It's a huge shaft of moving blocks with gun emplacements in the slower moving, easier to land on blocks that you have to get to the tippy top of. I'm assuming with the punishing reversal of progress for a missed jump as well, right? I'd actually felt like I was getting somewhat better at this particular jump. I think I said something to that effect earlier tonight. Boy, do I feel like a liar right now. First time I attempted it, I was stuck in that one room for like 2 hours. Oh, brutal. Overshoot. I knew that. Oh, no! No! It's okay. So, back when I started playing this, when I started playing this game way back when Fall Guys was still a thing. Anyone remember that game? That's a retro game now, right? But I'm acutely aware of that because so many people that came into the chat would say, cool Fall Guys stream, when does Jump King begin?" Lots of folks I watch play that as their chill game. I know there's still a few people out there, but like that, you know, that game was like everywhere. Like that was the thing, right, for a little while. And it's gone pretty quiet now, it seems. It looked like a lot of fun, but it didn't come to the Switch fast enough for me to get into it. So I missed out on that one. I think I probably would have liked it. Oh, I dream of those soaring heights that we saw all those hours ago. That world high above this place of misery. Someone give me a pen. I'm about to compose an epic poem about Jump King. I think, if I can be a poetry nerd for just a moment, I do think that Jump King would be a good subject for a villanelle. That's a type of poem with two lines that serve as alternating refrains, repeated throughout the poem. And so you come up with a clever line about jumping and a clever line about falling, and you can structure the poem to bounce back and forth between those two lines. And I mean, that's the experience of the game. Okay, we didn't go that far down. Oh, please. In one way, like, I'm happy I'm not falling off the far side of it like I've been doing a whole lot lately, but anything that doesn't land inside, it still hurts. Oh, thank goodness. Let's see how long this lasts this time. Probably not very. Oh no. Why am I made to suffer? I'm really good at this whole backward progress thing right now. Someone helpfully suggested to me the other night that negative progress is still a type of progress. When I came in, you got a PB. It's been downhill for hours from there. Oh. I think that Jump King speedrunners have got to be some of the most resilient people on the planet. Oh. That was that jump. That was the jump that I was talking about. Oh, there's an easy way to do it. I'm never going to struggle with that jump again. And I immediately forgot the easy way and started struggling with it the next time I got there. Well, thank goodness I remembered at some point. You know, you build these habits and then they're pretty hard to break. I'm not greedy. I would be satisfied just to make it, you know, within like visual range of my previous PB. I don't need a lot more progress tonight. I just want to confirm that the spot that we made it to actually exists. It wasn't all just a wonderful dream. Not bad. My brain is shutting down just a little bit. I'm getting confused between like what's the jump button and what's the D-pad, like my thumbs. My coordination is this is a very weird experience. I don't think I've ever felt like this before. to not be certain about which thumb does which thing. Oh my goodness. No, no, I just walked off. Well, my friends, it has been a glorious night. We have had a lot of fun. I think I'm going to leave Jump King here next to this guy. He can enjoy this fantastic tune on the gramophone while we leave him here to think about all the many wonderful adventures we've had tonight. I think we're going to wrap up this stream, though. Thank you for being here, everybody. You've been overwhelmingly generous to me with your company and your time, and I am tremendously grateful to you for it. Thank you so much for checking out the stream, for hanging here with us, everyone who's chatted with me, and everyone who's just been, you know, hanging out and willing to hang out and lurk. Really appreciate you. I hope you've enjoyed our time together, and hopefully you will consider joining us again on another night. Sooner rather than later would be my preference. I'd be happy to have you whenever I may be so lucky. I'm knocking stuff over. Have a wonderful weekend. I normally don't stream on Saturday nights, so you won't likely see me tomorrow / later today at this point. But I'll probably be back Sunday night, if not Sunday, Monday night at the latest. Next week, we're going to be playing more Tears of the Kingdom and Disney Illusion Island. Those are Switch games we've been working on. I'm working on Wario Land 3 and an Aladdin challenge run. That will probably finish off fairly easily, I think. Planning to do a night of Commodore 64 variety. I'd like to start up at least one new game. I'm thinking a Genesis title. I got a couple things in mind. I'm going to go for something high quality instead of torturous. And we might be doing this game I've been talking with Streaming Fist about, the Master Spy game. We'll see about that. I might not be able to fit that next week, but that might come up soon. We'll see. Thanks. Thank you, Tommy. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, Mets. Thank you, Itty. If you'll give me just a moment, I'll see who we might drop in on for a raid. Let me just see what all my options are. I'll take a nice scroll here. See what I come up with. A lot of the streamers that I know more well, the people I normally target for raids, I've streamed so late. I don't know hardly anyone that streams during this time period. So we'll probably drop in on somebody new here. I think I'm gonna look and see if I can find. You know, we've got a whole lot of people here, so I think it could be a really nice treat to see if we can find someone who's a newer streamer, or someone with a sort of a smaller viewer count or smaller community, kind of getting started or building up. Might be a nice treat to have a whole bunch of people drop in. So let me see if I can find anyone that is doing something interesting, but also seems like they might fit that description. I don't know what it is. The retro category on my Twitch app is just so bugged. It always, like, I can't scroll through it. It's just cycling through like the same 6 streamers over and over again. All right, Matt. Can I ask, just a heads up, when you want to make a recommendation like that, please ask me beforehand, because I usually like to have requests like that sent to me via Whisper in case there's like some weird reason that like that I choose to go a different direction. I don't want it to look like it reflects badly on that streamer or something like that. I usually prefer for people to ask permission first and then whisper to me. You're all right. the streamer, they look like they probably fit. They sort of fit what I was talking about. They look like someone working on their community. I think I actually recognize another name or two in their chat here too. So, all right, I'll take your recommendation. Yeah, no, you're uh, it's all right. It's just I try to I open up floors to recommendations gets kind of weird sometimes. That's my hedging on it. But you know, I certainly don't distrust your judgment. And this is a retro stream. Someone that looks like they might appreciate a large raid coming in. So let's go see what they're like. I don't know this streamer. Usual disclaimers apply. I'm pretty sure that we can trust Baron Metz's judgment, but it's not my judgment, so I'm not the one responsible for what we find. But we will hope for good things on the other side. You can blame me. Gladly. I'm hopeful. I think it's going to be good times. There's something, looks like something Star Fox related going on in the moment. Looks like might be kind of cozy over here. I don't think it might not be a family friendly stream. Heads up about that. There's an intended for certain audiences thing, so that could mean there could be some mature language or conversation topics, if that's a deal breaker for anybody out there. Mild heads up. I don't really know what we're getting into, but that is a possibility. But let's head over. Maybe make some new friends. Have a good time. I've had a great time tonight, my friends. I struggle with the games. I had a lot of misery from the games, so I've had a great time because of you, my friends. Thank you very much for being here with me. I'm very grateful to be able to enjoy so much fine company. Thank you for that. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully I'll get to see you next week for some of that stuff I rattled off. Schedule in the Discord as always. I'll try to have that posted up in a timely manner. Be well until we meet again. I'm all out of stuff for us to do for tonight. It's time to head out. Let's go on an adventure.